Hi there, my name's Ellie and I'm a chronic pain specialist. And today I just wanted to have a little chat about a question I get asked all the time, which is, do those neck support pillows that you can get actually work? So we're going to have a little discussion around that today. I'll let you know how I feel about it. And if you could let me know your own experiences, that would be great. I'd love to hear from you. So it turns out that I can actually speak from my own experience on this because I have my very own neck support pillow at home, and it's made from memory foam, and I've had it for a good few years now. And the short answer to the question, which is, do these neck pillows actually work, is that I wouldn't be without mine. I take it everywhere. So if I go to stay at somebody's house, or if I go away, I always take my pillow with me. So the short answer is that I wouldn't be without mine. But we're going to have a little look at the pros and the cons. So the idea of these pillows is that they actually allow your neck to rest in a position whereby your spine remains neutral. So I've got mine here to show you, and if you can just see the end there, you can see that you can choose, you choose which side you use. It's got a thicker side and a thinner side, and the idea is that your head goes here, so you'd have your spine here, that would kind of go up and support your neck, and then your head would be here. Or alternatively, you'd use the thicker side, depending on your anatomy, basically. So this bit would support your neck, and then your head would be here. And the idea is that it stops your cervical spine, so your spine as it comes up into your neck, from really sort of being at a funny angle, which you can get with feather and conventional types of pillows. So usually these support pillows come with the two curves. So if you're looking at getting one, I would definitely recommend having a look for one that has two different options, so that you can have a play around and see which one is the most comfortable for you. As I say, I actually prefer the larger side. I just feel that my neck just feels a bit more supported with the larger kind of dip. So this part, I find that bit under my neck actually makes me feel a lot more supported. So in terms of comparing them to a regular pillow, they are a lot firmer than that. So you don't really sort of sink into them. You actually just sort of lay on top of them, if that makes sense, which I find is really nice, because it actually makes you feel like you're supported, and they kind of feel like nice and safe. They have a safety thing around it. I think there's something really nice about feeling really supported while you're sleeping. So they're great if you lie on your back, because obviously then that curved bit is here. And I must admit, personally, I do usually, depending on what's going on for an individual, but I do usually recommend trying to sleep on your back. But personally, I do find this really hard myself, so I'm not always able to practice what I preach. And I would often sleep on my side, and then but you still get that nice kind of support through your neck here. So either way, these pillows would work, whether you sleep on your back or if you're a side sleeper, as I tend to be. So yeah, either position that you sleep in, then I find that these pillows work really great. So really, one thing to note here is that these pillows are low. So if you're used to kind of like a stack of 3 pillows, then they do take a bit of getting used to. So you'll go from, your neck being quite high up to it being almost flat on the bed. It can feel like your neck is almost flat. So they can take a while to get used to. And one of my clients really had to persevere with this. She said that she'd wake up, so she'd try to go to sleep, and after 10 minutes she'd have to throw it on the floor and go back to her other pillows, and the next night she'd try it and it was the same, and the next it was the same, and it went on like that until she sort of gradually got used to it. But it took her actually a couple of weeks to actually make the transition from regular pillows to one of these. So, you know, you might, the first few nights, you might find yourself throwing out of the bed and grabbing your old pillows back, which is okay. Just take your time to actually adjust. So, do they relieve pain? So, I think that's an important question. For me, at the time, I was having some neck pain and some headaches myself. And my personal experience is that I saw a slight decrease in my neck discomfort using this type of pillow. Possibly, I wouldn't say there was a major difference. If I really analysed it, maybe it was slightly better. But I think the difference for me at the time was that it really made me feel supported, and it made me feel like that my neck wasn't getting any worse while I slept, because often when you wake up in the morning, if you suffer with neck discomfort or headaches, you're kind of like, was it the way I slept? Did I sleep funny? Whereas this sort of took that out of the equation a little bit for me, and gave me a level of security. And really now I've grown attached to it, and I can't sleep without it. So for me, it has been a success, although I wouldn't say that it's resolved any problems, but it's definitely sort of taken that anxiety about whether the way I was sleeping was contributing to my pain out of the equation. So that's really been the pros, in that you feel supported, you feel that your sleep and your position may not be contributing towards the pain or the headaches that you're getting. So it sort of takes that out of the equation. I think that's really the main pros of using these. In terms of the cons, so I mentioned that they can take a little while to get used to. Another thing that mine was bought for me as a gift, so I didn't really go through this process of looking into the different brands and things like that. But since then, it has been brought to my attention that memory foam has been reported to have a level of toxicity, and yeah, so that's sort of one concern. I don't know a huge amount about this, but I did a little bit of research into it. And some people were questioning whether memory foam actually is treated, when it is made with such toxic chemicals, that when you sleep, some of these may be released, and you could be inhaling them without realizing. And actually, the sleep foundations say that these type of pillows may not be suitable for asthmatics, which kind of did raise a few alarm bells with me about the manufacturing process. I had already got quite attached to mine before I actually read this, so it was a bit late for me, but it's something to consider if you're thinking about purchasing one. I mean, over the years, I know that since these have been introduced, that different kind of chemicals have been used that are perceived to be as being safer. And I guess what I would probably do differently, had I known this before, is I'm not actually sure where mine was made, because I said it was a gift, but I would probably have sourced one that was made in the UK or the US, possibly, just where I know that there are stricter guidelines on the use of toxic chemicals when they're made. So that's really my views on these. I wouldn't be without mine, but perhaps do a little bit of research beforehand, particularly if you're asthmatic or concerned about toxicity in materials while you're sleeping. So I'd really love to hear from you on this topic, because people ask me about this all the time. So yeah, if you've got one already, let me know how it works for you. And if you haven't and you're considering it, let me know if you go for it. Okay, see you soon.